are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Hey, welcome to I Am Refocused Radio, man. We are here once again. You know what it is, man. It's that time of the year where we're talking about NBC, The Voice, and we're going to talk about Team Blake today with Tasha, Jessen. Man, first and foremost, congratulations thus far in the competition. How do you feel?
Thank you so much, Shamar. It's so good to talk to you. Well, to answer your question, I feel like I'm kind of floating right now because it's just so strange to be somebody that's hasn't been doing any of this for at all. It's just my first time experiencing any of this, so I'm just on like cloud nine. I'm just grateful, man. So it's been a good time.
I mean, you have a pretty cool story, man. Tell people a little bit about your experience being in Pakistan and immigrating to Thailand to basically ending up in Colorado Springs, and now you're on the show.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long, hard journey all the way from Pakistan to now here. I've had to kind of hop around the world a little bit to find a place where I truly belong. And so it's so refreshing to be in a place where I don't have to worry about what's my next place, like where will I move next. And so to not have that uncertainty is such a blessing. And so I'm grateful every day to be in a beautiful place. Like I wake up to Pikes Peak every morning. So I'm so grateful, and to do it with my family here, to do it with my husband here, and just like the support system I have here. I'm just grateful that I'm here now and that I got to live through all of that. And now I can share that, and it reached somebody, and it reached all the little brown girls back home, and it helps them to realize, or helps them to know that it is possible. Like the American dream for everybody, it is truly possible. So I'm just grateful. I'm trying to live every day with that in my mind, and to just be thankful for this entire journey and this process too, because if I resent it, I won't learn anything from it. So, just learning from my story and just sharing it has been such a blessing. So I'm truly blessed.
I mean, from singing on stage at church to singing in front of America, has it really, have you woke up from that dream yet? Are you still on cloud nine?
I'm like still on cloud nine. Like, honestly, I went back to my church after I came back, and just seeing everybody's reaction, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is happening. And because when you're in that bubble of The Voice, and when you're there, you forget a little bit. And when you get back home, it's like everybody starts talking to you about it. It's like, oh my gosh, like I did this really, really, really big thing. And it was just so, it's just so strange too. Like I, to be honest, it's such a weird transition from all of that to coming back home and like doing your regular stuff. It's just so strange, but I think I'm still on like cloud nine, and I'm still having a hard time like coming down. Like, oh my gosh, I'm still like shocked every day. I see myself on YouTube and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's me. This is so weird. People get to watch me on TV. So it's still strange a little bit. I'm still adjusting, but it's been a good ride so far.
I mean, check this out. You're on Team Blake. All right.
Yes.
I don't need to say anything else. We already know he's a legend on the show. I mean, you're on Team Blake. You've been able to learn from him and hear him speak directly to you. Not like you did a Zoom call meeting. You're in person with him. What has your experience been so far with him?
I will forever say this. It has been an honor to work with Blake. When you think of The Voice, you think of Blake Shelton. He is a legend.
That's a good record.
Besides just, besides like being an amazing artist, a world tour artist. He just finished his tour in the States as well. He is just such a kind human. Like as soon as like the cameras went off too, he was just like chatting, and he was like talking to me about Colorado Springs and how he's been to Pikes Peak, and we started joking around, and I was like, Blake, you should you got my number, Blake, hit me up and come to Colorado Springs. We'll go hike up Pikes Peak. And so he's just such a down to earth person. Like my experience with him was so, so sweet. And we were just so happy to be there, and he was making us laugh all the time, like even off camera. He is just such a kind human. He was so sweet and genuine, and he was like so helpful too. Like he wasn't just doing it because it was his job, and he was doing it because he wanted us to do well. He wanted us to succeed, and to see that was just so awesome because I was so scared going into it. You never know what the dynamic is like, but he made us feel so comfortable. We were just having fun, to be honest.
We're talking to Tasha Jessen. She's already a legend, man. Sounds like you've been doing interviews for 24 years or something. But we were talking about NBC The Voice this morning. You can catch new episodes on Mondays and Tuesdays. Man, real quick, last question for you. I mean,
yes.
You're on the show. You're about to do even more work. You get to talk to guest celebrities who come on. I mean, are you at the point where you're just like, oh, these are just really cool people, I'm not starstruck anymore? How you feel about meeting people?
Oh, no. Like every time I wanted to fall onto my knees every time because I was like, what is happening? What is my life? As a Pakistani as well, like I have never experienced something like that. And to have this experience was crazy. Every time, like I would see Kelly Clarkson, I would be like, oh my gosh, like I would forget English, to be honest. Like I would forget words because I was so starstruck. And to see Chance the Rapper, he was one of the first rappers I had ever heard. Like he introduced me to the genre. And so like listening to acid rap as a teenager and then seeing him in flesh, I was starstruck. I was like, I don't know what to say to you. I love you. And the same with just the entire panel, like even Blake all the time. I would get so nervous, but it's how he just made us feel so comfortable, and that changed that nervousness into just fun. But yeah, I still get so starstruck. I'm not going to lie. Like I forget how to talk. So it never changes, man.
Man, I'm going to say this one more time. You're on Team Blake.
Yes.
That is so cool. I'm happy for what you're doing. I'm sure you made a lot of new friends already. Probably going to be making more new friends along the way.
For sure.
Real quick, I know I said last question, but I kind of lied. I got one more question for you. Those out there who will be inspired by your story, what would you tell them real quick to stay encouraged, chasing their dream?
Yeah, it's never too late. And it's never too early. There's always time to make room for your dreams, because if not now, then when? And that's just been my heart since I got to America. It was the first thing I did. I just started chasing my dreams because that's what you have. And I would just encourage people, like, if you're thinking about it, do it. Like, why not? What's there to lose? And your dreams are there for you to chase. Like if you have a dream, if you have a calling, like go for it, man. Like there is nothing in the world that is more important than doing what you love and enjoying it at the same time. So it's as cliche as it sounds, just go ahead and do it, because you don't want to regret it ever. And so if I had never taken the step to do an audition, a virtual audition for The Voice, I would have regretted it, because I wouldn't have met all these incredible people that I know now. And some of them are my best friends. And I would just say, just go full speed ahead. Do it. There's nothing stopping you.
Man, I didn't know you were going to be dropping mics this morning, man. We're talking to Tasha Jessen. And
preaching. 6:20 a.m. preaching today. Right.
You can catch NBC The Voice, new episodes on NBC on Mondays and Tuesdays. I want to say thank you to Tasha Jessen being on the show. Thank you, and stay focused.
Thank you so much, Shomai. I appreciate you talking and taking your time.